Hello. So right now, if your company are using F5 BigIP to provide the VPN service to your remote user, and you want to have more secure method to authenticate user, you can think about RSA Security Access, multiple factor authentication. So this demo will show you how we can do the configuration for the integration between F5 BigIP VPN and RSA Securid Access. And after this, you can see you can do it in within 10 minutes. So now let's go on. So first, I will look into the F5 BigIP admin console to do configurations. And in case you don't have any trial system, yes, you can go to the trial page from F5 to download the VM as well as license. So this demo I use the trial license from them. So in my example, I have configured the VPN access policy, which is using the local authentications using the local database. So the access policy now is very simple with the authentication step, and after that accept and assign IP for the VPN. So now to do the configuration of integrations, the first one, you need to create the local SP for the VPN. Just create a new one. It's the name F5 VPN. And the entity ID is F5 VPN. The host here will be the virtual server you have been configured for the VPN service, and the rest you can leave as default. After you have created the local SP, you may need to export the metadata here so that you can do the import later on when you configure on the security access. So I export and save it in my download folder. So now I move on to the security access configuration based on the security access administration control. I log in the cloud instance. And in the cloud instance, I go to the applications, my application, and click on the add an application to create a new one. So from here, you can see a list of application templates that can help you quickly add in the application. You can search for the F5 and click on add. The application configuration will show off, and you can see here some parameters. I enter the application name is F5 BigIP VPN and give the description here. And then click on next step. For the next page of configuration, from here I can key in the detail, or I just import the metadata that I have from F5. So I click on import metadata and pick up the metadata one, and you can see all of the configuration from the local SP now can be loaded here for configuration. I save it, and you can see some of parameter have put in. And here I will put in my entity ID for the IDP, and I will need to create a certificate to sign of the information. So I create a new one, or if you have the certificate by yourself, you can actually use it. In this case, I create a new one, save it in my folder, and import back to the system. Okay, for the private key, import in, and certificate, import in. The rest of configuration you can leave as default, or you can choose which information you want to send to the F5 when finish authentication process. For example, here I choose to use UID from F5. Okay, next step. So next step, I need to assign the policy, the access policy. So now I choose the low risk app. That means I can use any kind of authentication method I have with security access. And I save on the configuration. After I save it, the new application appear on the application list here. You can see the F5 BigIP VPN. So now I need to public change and wait a little bit for the application and configuration sync up. And after that, I will need to export the IDP metadata information so that I can do the import again on the F5 VPN later. So now I will go back to the F5 configuration page and create a new IDP information based on the metadata we have exported on security access, and doing the binding to the local SP for the VPN service. To do that, on the SP configuration page, I click on Bind and Bind IDP connector and click on create a new IDP connector for metadata, and I do the import from the metadata I have from security access here. Key in the name, SID access, VPN IDP. Now add a new record and assign the name. Just click here and click on update. So now you can see the new IDP as head by to the local SP, and if you click on the IDP list, you can see the new IDP here. The next configuration, I will change the VPN access policy. So instead of using the simple authentication with the local database, now I will configure to use SAML authentication. To do that, I just click on plus icon to add an item and go to the authentication tab, choose the SAML author and click on add item. The SAML author configuration page will appear here. So from this, we choose the AAA server is the new local SP we have created before, and save it. And because right now we are using the SAML authentication, that means we will not need the login base as well as a lot of local authentications here. So I will delete the local authentication as well as the logon base. After I finish, I save, apply on the configuration, and now we go to the demo page. Now you can see in my screen, I have my phone interface in the left and the login page on the right. So when I enter the IP address of the virtual server, you can see now the authentication step will be redirected to the security access SSO portal, and I need to key in the username and the ID password first. And depends on the policy I have assigned to this, the notification will send to my phone. I got a new message on my phone, and when I open it, I will see the authentication request, BigIP VPN, and I need to click on approve. And when I click on approve, the authentication page will be automatically accepted. And now I can go back to the F5 VPN page. And when I click on the VPN function there, the connection will be established, and I am now can successfully connect to the VPN. So all the information of the VPN you can see here. For example, the detail, network detail, traffic, the IP information, so on and so forth. Some of you may want to use BigIP CLAN to connect to the VPN. The configuration is the same. So when I click on the connect, screen here appear to request me to do the authentication. This is a single sign portal again, and I need to key in my username and ID password first. And based on the policy again, the notification now will be sent to my mobile device. You see a new message appear, and I need to approve. After I approve, the login process continue automatically, and now I have been successfully connected to the VPN system. So now you can see the detail of the connection, the IP address, the detail informations. That's all of my demo. So you can see the configuration is very simple and straightforward. If you want to have a demo or a trial license, please contact us.